I've loved him since we were teenagers. But lies made him see a stranger when he looked at me. Lies told by the girl I called my best friend. She needed my blood to live, I needed his heart to survive. So I made a choice that changed everything. For years later, I'm dying and he still doesn't know the truth. They say you never forget your first love. I remember mine like a permanent scar. His name was Jide. We met at 14. He had a crooked smile, a laugh that filled the room, and a way of making you feel like the center of the universe when he talked to you. He was my person, my safe place, my secret hope. We were inseparable. I thought maybe, just maybe, he felt something too. Then came Fola. Fola was my best friend. At least, that's what I thought. We'd been close since childhood. She was the sickly one. Pale skin, always in and out of the hospital, with a rare blood disorder. Beta thalassemia major. She needed transfusions every few months, and I, by some cruel twist, was the perfect match. She hated being pitted, hated being seen as fragile. But more than anything, Fola hated not being chosen. And Jide, he chose me. At first. That's when the lies began. One afternoon, everything changed. Jide stopped texting. Stopped meeting me at the gate after school. Stopped smiling when he saw me. When I finally asked what was wrong, he looked at me like I was dirt. I didn't know you were capable of being that heartless. My chest tightened. What are you talking about? I heard what you said about Fola. That she's milking her illness. That she's weak and annoying. You said she uses her sickness to get attention. I shook my head, heart racing. I never, Jide, I never said that. I would never. He pulled away from me like my touch burned him. She cried all night, you know. After you said those things. I couldn't breathe. She lied to you. She's your best friend. Why would she lie? That was the day I lost him. Not to death, but to doubt. And Fola? She clung to him like ivy. She started showing up when we'd hang out. Just wanted some air, she'd say. Didn't want to be alone. She got what she wanted. Jide drifted toward her like a tide pulled by guilt. And I watched everything I loved become someone else's. Then came her crisis. One of the worst she ever had. Her body rejected nearly every donor except me. Her family called, desperate. She was unconscious. The doctors said she might not make it. And I said yes, but with a condition. If you want my blood, he has to marry me. The words didn't come out easily. I tasted ash on my tongue as I said them. But it was the only way I knew to take back something, anything, that felt like mine. Her mother screamed. Cursed me. Called me a devil in disguise. But Jide? He came to the hospital. Sat by my side in silence. His jaw tight. His hands clenched. You're really doing this? He asked. Yes. Why? Because I love you, I whispered. And I've already lost everything. He stared at me for a long time. Then, finally, fine. We married quietly. No fanfare. No white dress. Just a signature, a photo, and silence. On our wedding night, he didn't touch me. He slept on the couch. But months later, he came into the room, unannounced, uninvited. He didn't say a word. Just reached for me like I was a chore. I didn't resist. I wanted it to mean something. It never did. He'd come to me when he was angry, frustrated, lost in his own bitterness. And I'd let him, hoping one day he'd see me, not the lies. Me. But he never did. For years passed like that. Hollow, cold, painful. And then I started coughing blood. Stage 4. Lung cancer. The kind that sneaks in and steals your breath before you even notice. I didn't tell him at first. Why would I? We barely spoke unless he needed something. I was just a body in the house. A shadow. But one morning, I collapsed in the kitchen. Blood spilled from my mouth onto the tiled floor. He found me there. His face, usually blank, twisted in shock. He knelt beside me, cradled my body. What happened? I tried to smile. Don't worry. I won't be your problem much longer. Hospital visits became routine. Tests, IVs, oxygen tanks, pity-filled glances from nurses. One evening, as rain pattered against the window, I spoke. I have something to tell you. He sat in the visitor chair, arms crossed. What now? Fola lied. He looked at me, eyebrows drawn. She lied about everything. I never said those things. I never mocked her. She told you what you needed to hear, to make you hate me. He didn't speak, just stared. I was the one who held her hand when she cried. The one who stayed up donating blood while you were sleeping. I gave everything for her. And still, she took you from me. He shook his head slowly. That can't be true. I loved you. I still do. Silence hung in the room like smoke. I blackmailed you, I whispered. But I did it because I thought maybe you'd remember us. His eyes softened, but only for a second. Then he stood, walked to the door. Before he left, he said quietly, "Why didn't you just tell me the truth back then?" Because you didn't want to hear it. Days passed. Then a week. He returned with mangoes. Peeled and sliced. My favorite. He didn't say a word. Just placed the container on the table and sat beside me. The next day, he brought soup. The next, books I used to love. And once, at midnight, I felt his fingers brush my cheek as I pretended to sleep. "I'm sorry," he murmured. And I knew it then, he believed me. I'm not getting better. The doctors talk in hushed tones. My lungs are failing. My body is tired. But somehow, in these last moments, I feel more alive than I have in years. He reads to me now. Holds my hand when I sleep. He even cried once, when he thought I was unconscious. "I should have seen you," he whispered. "I should have known." I don't know how much time I have left. But I do know this. Love isn't always kind. Sometimes it's twisted by lies, bent by bitterness. But when the truth finally breaks through, it can be enough. Even if it's too late. And maybe, just maybe, in his next life, he'll choose me without condition.